keep your head up, man. Life is really tough. And everyone around you is trying to survive. Even that horrible manager, even those that look like they have it all together, the label lines of life. Everyone is trying to survive. So be kind and keep your head up.
Yeah. Yeah. Come let me teach you a lesson. Come let me teach you a lesson. Label line with the tweets. Follow me back to my nest. Label line with the podcast. Teach you lesson cause I got class. Label line with the impact. You be lying, that's a real fact. Come let me teach you a lesson. Come let me teach you a lesson. Label line with the tweets. Follow me back to my nest.
Welcome to the first episode of the Label Lion Show for 2025. I am so excited to be here, and I hope that everybody who's part of the tribe made it into this new year. I think it's going to be a fantastic year, and I think we're all going to succeed and become the lions that we are meant to be. Today's episode is a very special edition. I don't usually do episodes like this. You don't usually see me dressed like this, but I'm trying to channel my inner housewife, inner whole and healed girl, just living lavish and looking cute. But also, this episode is in partnership with Solal, and we're talking all things wellness. How do you manage stress? How do you have relationships that help you succeed and help you live a good and happy life? And I've got a very special guest with me, somebody who I just love to bits, and she's a fellow Virgo. And you guys know how I feel about star signs. So when I have another Virgo in the room, I know it's going to be lit. And you know how we do on this podcast, we don't introduce the guests, they introduce themselves. So beautiful madam, please introduce yourself to the Lion Tribe.
So my name is Ursula Mariani. Am I doing a full introduction or is my name enough?
You can decide.
My name is Ursula Mariani.
Ursula, what do you do? For those who don't know, but I'm sure most of the people on this tribe know what you do.
I am a podcaster. My employees like you are. So I'm a lecturer primarily, and I also run a podcast over the weekends and stuff with a group of friends. And it's called The Conversation Capital, and that's what I do. I host that. I'm also a voiceover artist. And entrepreneur. The list goes on and on.
It's just a powerhouse. That's a word I like to use often, because I actually do feel like I interview and have conversations with women who are doing amazing things.
Yeah, you do.
And you are one of those women. I hope you know that. Because you're so shy. Ursula is so humble about everything. And I'm like, girl, tell the world, because you're this amazing. So what I want to do with today's episode, because we are talking about wellness and stress management and relationships, I want to start it off the way that I start off my keynotes or my MCing gigs when I speak to crowds of women.
Yes.
Will you indulge me?
Absolutely.
I need you to repeat after me. We're doing affirmations.
Okay, I got this.
Okay. So you can close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes.
Okay.
And if you're sitting at home, find somewhere comfortable, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, your chest, wherever, and repeat after me. I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am enough.
I am enough.
And I can do anything I put my mind to.
And I can do anything I put my mind to.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am enough.
I am enough.
And I can do anything that I put my mind to.
And I can do anything that I put my mind to.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am enough.
I am enough.
And I can do anything that I put my mind to.
And I can do anything that I put my mind to.
Whew. And just breathe. I find that often in life, especially as women, there's this very big pressure to perform, right? To be perfect, to do things properly, and to never make mistakes, So, and that coincides really well with this conversation about stress, because I think one of the reasons why we are so stressed is because of that pressure. So when I say the word stress to you, what's the one event from last year that comes to mind?
Ooh, losing a retainer gig that I had. No, that was stressful. I said, hold on, what? You said you're letting go of how many people?
Wow.
That was, that ruined, and it set the tone. It happened in February. And it set the tone for the rest of the year. Because after that,
Why do you think that is? You know, we watch entrepreneurial content all the time and they say, get back up when you get a setback, blah, blah. Oh my God, I hate that content. But what happened? So once you got those news and you felt how you felt, why did that change the tone for the entire year?
I think
Why
it's
didn't
just
you
that.
get back up?
I think in the industry, if you're a voiceover artist, you know that if you get a retainer gig, you've made it.
Uh-huh.
That's, one of the pinnacles of, or rather one of the like landmarks that, not everybody gets that, even in their full career, like 40 years as a voiceover artist, you might not experience that.
Yeah.
And so having gotten it, it was just like, I did it. And about a year and some months later, it was taken away from me and I couldn't believe it. And like I said, it set the tone for the rest of the year because you budget, right? Mm-hmm. You're like, no, I can do this, I can do that. This year I'm going to do this. And all of a sudden you just need to re-strategize all the great plans. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening to me. And so, yeah, definitely, yes, it's such a shame. It definitely did set the tone for the rest of the year. But it's 2025 now.
Let's use some emotive words.
Yes.
What were the feelings you were feeling?
I was feeling disheartened.
Okay.
I think that's definitely the word. Disheartened. And I was a bit upset and annoyed at the economy because I really did understand that it was a function of the economy. Yeah. I mean, on a larger scale, people were getting retrenched for that specific company that I was the voice of. And so it didn't have much to do with me. Mm-hmm. However, it affected me.
Yes.
So, when there was a time they were talking about it in the news, actually, I think it was a clip on Kai FM.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's happening in, let's say, ABC company? And they discussed it so formally. They talked about the numbers, and I remember just realizing now when people talk about like companies doing badly, I personalize it because I remember feeling like, oh no, that's not just a number. That was my job.
That was me.
That was me.
Yes.
I am directly affected by this.
Yeah.
So, just going through that experience, disheartened is definitely the word. Cortisol levels like skyrocketing. And then, I remember I even had like an operation in May. It took me quite a while to heal.
What?
Yeah, because like, stress levels, and it was such a mess. It was really a difficult time.
I actually like that you are speaking about getting sick, the cortisol levels and the operation, not because it was a good thing. Obviously, it's not a good thing. But what a lot of people don't realize is that, and I saw some study somewhere, and they were saying that a lot of women suffer from autoimmune diseases because of their inability or their refusal to process emotions of anger. Right? So a lot of us get sick when you get the cancers and whatever. It's because of that unprocessed anger that we store in our bodies, right? So what are some of the physical symptoms you feel when you're stressed?
Oh, I definitely get stress ulcers.
Oh, hectic.
Imagine that.
That's uncomfortable as hell.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, that didn't stress me. And then my body says it did.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it definitely did.
Exactly.
So I struggle with stress ulcers. I definitely am a worrywart, so I could tell you about stress the whole day.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely affected me in many ways. In a way that, like, I think for the most part only, supplements and also like exercise really helped me, hey? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know the gift of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know the gift of going for a run.
Yes.
And I had to learn it really quickly because I was struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of wanting to appear, I think a lot of us just generally, we live in society. We want to appear like we've got it all together. For that person sitting at home and feeling like, I am a mother, a wife, or whatever, I have all these responsibilities, and I feel so stressed.
Yes.
What are the first steps that they should be taking based on your experiences with stress?
Sure. I think I went through a bit of a depressive dip at some point. Maybe, I think it was the year 2021. And a neighbor that I had been living next to for, I think at that time it was 5 years. And it was just high. And one day she's going for a run. I'm like, can I join you?
Yes.
And she says, I actually don't run much, I walk. And so we start doing this thing where we walk for like an hour. And when I tell you, it's like a therapy session, just offloading. and offloading to somebody at the time who really wasn't a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
But it was just two women, and we live completely different lives. I'm single, alone in my apartment, and she's got a family with her.
Yes.
She's got a husband and kids, and she's got a different life to mine. But realizing that we met at the point where we were two women trying to survive and live life, you know. So I like the example that you make of somebody who's living a completely different life to you, and realizing that when you take a moment to sit down with these people, you're the same. You guys have the same struggles.
Yes.
You guys are trying to navigate the same things.
Yeah.
Albeit differently. And, you know, the struggles might be different, but you guys are essentially trying to survive this thing called life.
Yeah.
And so we start doing these 1 hour walks, and 2024 being the sucky year that it was. She moves.
Oh, no.
Like, she moves 45 minutes from me.
Oh,
Can you believe we still meet once a week?
Wow.
Because we both realized, even her husband said, you guys still need to do the walks.
Yes, yes.
You
It's
know, because they were
important.
just, you know, even the people around us, they were so important. So I'd say it's weird. Grab a friend or grab someone and go for a walk. And there's something about the endorphins and the, you know, I actually want to meet a therapist that does like therapy walks.
Oh, nice.
I feel like I'm onto $1 million idea because
Yeah.
I feel like the combination with like your endorphins being released and, you know, breathing in like natural air and nature and this and that, for me, it
Yeah.
really made the world of a difference. Like really made the world of a difference.
I like how you speak about the spirit of community, right?
Yes.
And we do live in a world right now. I mean, I've seen so many TikTok videos where people say, I don't have any friends. I don't speak to my family. I'm all alone, right? And you're speaking about a neighbor you never used to speak to.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it doesn't even have to be somebody you've known for a long time. Just find somebody you can be in community with.
Yes.
And I often find that people you don't know very well make the best companions when it comes to your stress journey.
Yes.
So I want to share a story with you guys. In 2024, Ishta and I went to the Summer Awards, the South African Music Awards together. And what people don't know about me is that I actually experienced something called GAD, so it's generalized anxiety disorder. And I've had it since I was a kid. And it literally paralyzes you. Sometimes your brain stops working. You can't see things. You just don't know how to move forward.
Yes.
But when people are looking at you, you look absolutely fine,
Yeah.
right? And one of the things that make me feel anxious is red carpets.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was with Ursula, and I had to do the red carpet for the summers. And I said to Ursula, no, it's fine. We don't have to do this. I made all these excuses. And Ursula looks at me. She's like, you're genuinely scared to go on this red carpet. I'm like, I am petrified. I know I'm level lion. I don't mind cameras. I'm quite happy to be in front of one. But don't ask me to walk things like red carpets. They give me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
And Ushla held my hand. She's like, we're doing this. And at every single point, I kept saying, no, let's just go back. And she's like, no, we are doing this. And just going through that completely transformed how I even feel and think about things like red carpets,
Yes,
you know?
yes, yes.
So thank you. And we just met.
Yeah, we had
just met.
No,
literally.
and like you're not doing the story justice because to me this is Levi Lion, darling. And the next thing, because we were like, should we do the red carpet? Should we not? Then we were like, let's just do it because you had a friend that wanted to interview. Quite a
Yes.
few people wanted to interview us. So I'm just like, well, let's go do this thing. And like just before we get, because like there's a bit of a queue before you get onto the red carpet. She's like, no, let's leave. I said, what we're not going to do is allow fear to paralyze you right now, boo. We're doing this red carpet thing.
Yeah.
And you did so well. That's
Thank
the
you.
crazy thing, you know, that's
Yeah.
the crazy thing. They always say fear is this thing that really, actually, it doesn't exist.
Yes.
You're like so fearful of something that doesn't exist. You know that quote, it says, I've forgotten how that quote goes. But basically, who are you not to be? Or your fear is not that you are
Inadequate.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
From that movie.
Yes, your fear is actually because it's just that.
Yeah.
You label yourself as inadequate, but actually your fear is to be great. You know, your fear is actually to be great because you don't know what stands on the other side, and fear will tell you that you're inadequate. You're great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I find that the things I'm afraid of are tied to stress. I always stress about the things I fear.
Yes.
So I always find that whenever I embark on a journey of confronting my fears, I inadvertently confront my stress.
Yes.
Right? That's
Yes.
at least that's been my journey.
No, 100%. I hear that.
But also, I mean, this podcast is in partnership with Solal, and I genuinely do use their products. I'm a wellness girly.
Yes.
I believe that you should confront the thing or at least manage it before it becomes a big problem. So because I have generalized anxiety disorder, what therapists like to do is recommend really harsh antidepressants to you. And I've said no my whole life. I've never taken an antidepressant. But what that does is it makes life a little bit difficult for you because you have to do so much more to show up, right? And silly things that people don't understand. Like when someone says hi to you, sometimes it's scary for me, as Lebo Lion, who's always around people. So using supplements has really helped me. Stress management supplements, things with ashwagandha, L-lysine, what's the other one? Magnesium for sleep.
Magnesium glycinate.
There you go.
Girl, and specifically, can I tell you, the Solol brand.
Thank you.
Honestly, I know it's sponsored, but believe
really,
me, absolutely. For me, it makes you sleep well, firstly. And secondly, I don't know what you, but like taking a dump in the morning goes down really well. Sorry, guys.
She went there. 2025 is the year of transparency. And being honest.
It
helps with just overall gut health, bowel movements.
Listen, everything moves down really well.
Okay.
I'm always pleased.
I love that.
I as soon as you said magnesium glycinate, I'm like, yes, that's the one.
Yes.
That for me, that is a game changer of the supplements. Yeah.
So how would you define the word stress?
How would I define the word stress?
From an Ursula perspective.
Some evil little force. An evil little force. I mean, your body reacts to stress. So like we spoke about cortisol levels, we speak about, your adrenal glands releasing this cortisol. That affects your body inflammation-wise. I mean, you spoke of the autoimmune
diseases.
Yes. So you're looking at increasing like these inflammatory rates in your body. And what does that mean for you, holistic health? Other people, it manifests like me as ulcers, anxiety, panic attacks.
Panic attacks.
So when I really mean, I mean it when I say this evil little thing. And overcoming it is like a hill we need to get over.
Yes.
And you need to be conscious of it because your body will respond to the stress.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I've seen with, it's not something like, woosa, get over it. Your body will respond to the stress.
Somebody who I hold quite dear to me in terms of his influence and just how he's poured into my life said to me, stress is the opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to see what you fear, the things you need to address so that you can empower yourself and be stronger to face your future challenges.
Sure.
And I thought that's so powerful.
Absolutely.
And when I started doing that, even us being on the red carpet, I wanted to scream at you. Inside, I wanted to be like, no, I'm not doing this. She can't force me, no. Right? But I had to stand there in the moment and go, but she's asking me to do the right thing. She's pushing me to be outside of my comfort zone. And I have to ask myself why this is such a fearful situation for me when I am that girl.
Yes.
I am Lebo Lion.
Yes.
Why don't I know that?
Yes.
And I literally started journaling the day after just to go through that experience and ask myself why I felt the way I did.
Yes.
And it completely transformed me.
Journaling is a thing.
It is.
Journaling 100% is a thing. And there's even like journal guides. I don't know if you're aware of
I've
journal
seen
guides
those,
that help you. So if you're new to journaling, you can start off with a guide. You can get it on Take a Lot. And basically it guides you, it asks you questions if you don't know where to start. Because when you start off journaling, you're like, I had a bad day. And so this one asks you very specific questions around your mood for the day. What was exciting? What was a good point of your day? What are you grateful for today? What are you not so grateful for today?
Yeah.
What do you wish you had done differently today? And so as you answer these questions, you start getting into what it is to journal.
Okay.
So journaling is a game changer. Absolutely, yeah.
I wish we had more time for this episode because there's so much we could unpack. But what is the message that you'd like to leave all the ladies watching about how to navigate through 2025?
Ooh. Keep your head up, man. Life is really tough. And everyone around you is trying to survive. Even that horrible manager. Even those that look like they have it all together, the Lebo Lions of life. Everyone is trying to survive. So be kind and keep your head up.
I like that. Be kind and keep your head up and take your supplements, right? I really believe that as Black women especially, we don't want support structures a lot of the time. We feel like it makes us look weak. I used to think taking supplements would make me weak because why do I need something to help me through anxiety? If I'm strong, I'm a lion, I can do it myself. But actually, no. I need the support. I need the people. I need the supplements. I need whatever else, the journaling. So thank you for highlighting that.
Yeah.
Guys, we're definitely going to have Ursula back for at least a 1.5 hour episode. We can have a real girl chat. But thank you so much for tuning in. And I really do wish you all the best for 2025. This is going to be a fantastic year. And I want to tell yourself that. I want you to tell yourself that every time you look in the mirror. I am fantastic. This year is fantastic. And I am a winner. I swear to you, the things you say become who you are. So do that for yourself. Thank you for tuning in. And as we do on this podcast, we don't just say goodbye. We say something that helps you change your perspective about your day. So I'm going to start with what we used to use last year because I think we can just incorporate it, but I'll add more as the year goes on. As you know, the only way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Don't stress yourself. See you soon.
Come let me teach you a lesson. Come let me teach you a lesson. Label line with the tweets. Follow me back to my nest. Label line with the podcast. Teach you lesson cause I got class. Label line with the impact. You be lying, that's a real fact. Come let me teach you a lesson. Come let me teach you a lesson. Label line with